What should it look like if you injure somebody and you like? There's an intent to injure.
Something like that, he should be out the rest of the season.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And so should Greer. Both of them should be gone the rest of the season. They should lose.
I think that's fair.
And more than that, because it's almost the end of the season.
Not only that, you're putting them out. Maybe it's like, let's say you put Matthews out the rest of the year. Well, I mean, now he's got another injury that might affect him his whole career. And no, you don't want to see that. It's a nasty play. And the fact that Toronto just seems spineless right now.
Yeah.
What do you do for that? What's the fix? You got Berube in the locker room. You know Berube is telling you, you've got to go drop him. I mean, Berube was an enforcer in the league.
Yeah.
Was known for being, kind of brutal.
I wonder what Berube is doing in the locker room, though, because he's kind of lost his... Like, the team's kind of gone... I don't know.
You didn't like this, but I used to like when he would call players out. You would say,
oh, no, that's fine.
You would say it's kind of fucked up, which I get what you're like, why is he saying that out in the media when he could be having those conversations behind closed doors? I get that too. But when they asked him about this play, I mean, he said he didn't like it, but he wasn't real fired up about it. Maybe he's just trying not to stir things up even more.
Well, I also think with him calling out players in the media, you got to know the media that you're calling them out to. Because, like, whenever you're calling it out in the St. Louis media, it might be a little bit more receptive. But with Toronto, they're going to friggin' eat that up and run with it. And it's going to cause all this drama. And, like, Toronto's media is so much.
In St. Louis, is kind of... They're open to criticism if they feel like players aren't putting in the effort or doing what they should. Maybe you're right. Maybe Toronto, it's so tumultuous. It's so like, you don't want to start another fire.
I mean,
there's already a fire.
They're turning on Matthews. They've been turning on Matthews this whole season. It's like Matthews is Matthews. He's a prolific player. Yeah, he gets hurt a little bit. Like, he's had a rough season for injuries.
When are they going to get another Matthews? I think they had Matthews, Marner, Nylander. They had this
Nice.
They had this whole like core.
They had the best core in the NHL.
Highly skilled guys.
Yeah, they had the top four of the NHL, and now they don't have Matthews. Well, they don't have Marner, and they may not have Matthews. I don't know. Maybe they don't. Maybe Berube goes and they bring in another coach and run it back next year.
Do you think they fire all the coaches again and start over? Or do you say like,
I think they're in a lose-lose.
This is a culture problem.
Yeah, you can either lose like a top 5 play. Well, maybe not top 5 right now, but a top 5 forward in the NHL, or you reset the coaches again. I don't think either fixes it.
Maybe they need just new people playing for Toronto.
Yeah.
Because think, if you were working and like you just got negative feedback all the time, every time you went to work, they might thrive somewhere else, and then a new batch of guys come in, and then maybe the city of Toronto can back them and do something more positive. I don't know.
Yeah, but back to the player safety, it's a joke. Like, Gudas only getting 5 for the hit on Matthews, Greer only getting 3 for the hit on Zari, and like the top penalty in the NHL is $5,000 fine for a first offense, and then if you get a second offense within 12 months, it's $15,000. It's like, that is nothing.
This statement might piss people off, but do you think with somebody like Wilson, that type of player, after the 3rd, 4th, 5th suspension, you can't play for this league anymore?
Yeah. I mean,
how many people have you injured? And you're not, I mean, he's a good player, but he's ruining premier talent at the hands of his over-aggression that's over and over and over again.
Do you remember Ndamukong Suh in the NFL? He was a defensive lineman. And who was it? It was a Browns quarterback, I want to say. He stomped on his arm. like in the scrum after a play, like he stomped on his arm. I don't remember the penalty for it, but there was legitimate talk about like
he can't play again.
You can't play anymore.
Yeah.
And no league, I can't think of any example of where that actually happens. But I mean, if you're
is there not, there has to be a severe consequence. If you know, like, okay, I might be just done. They might just be able to ex-nay my contract and drop me, and then I have to go find a place to play overseas or whatever. You might think twice when you're going and you see somebody's numbers and you want to put them through the boards.
Well, this is a super interesting point to it. It's these negotiations are in the CBA, so the players are voting these rules in. So it takes the players.
They need to
change the way that it is.
Because the argument is, if you're a player, you need to keep your head up. You need to be aware of who's on the ice. Mm-hmm. There's going to be plays that there's a lapse. Mm-hmm. And you can't have somebody going around trying to injure you just because you had a play or two that maybe you weren't aware of. But I think both. You have to protect yourself, and these guys need to be a little bit more responsible.
But if it wasn't Gudis who Neon Matthews, if it was just some random fourth liner that has no history of anything, I don't think it would have been blown up quite as bad as it is. But Gudis has a history of some pretty gnarly plays.
And when you watch it back, it's
awful.
Bad.
Like
it looks
was
intentional.
Like pointing his knee out. Like
at the last minute, he
anchored his body so that he didn't get hurt in the play.
Yeah,
like he prepared for it.
Now I don't know
horrible
if he was wanting to put him out for this long, but he was wanting to injure him to some degree.
Yeah. How do you beat the best players? You take them out of the game, right? It's the only way that you can.
And you feel like you can do that when you play a Toronto team that has no teeth.
Yeah.
And they showed that. They're just like looking completely neutered right now. It's sad.
Yeah, it really is. But based off of safety, I think we're both in agreement that something needs to happen. Like the current system that they use just isn't enough.
Do you think they like the violence like that?
The players?
No. Do you think the league does?
The league likes it? They like
because it's bad.
They like the controversy.
It's bad, but it gets everybody talking. It's like more of a spectacle. I don't know. If you just had a real classy gentleman's game, might not be as exciting. Yeah, might not be that controversy. And then it builds rivals too, because you're like, oh, we're playing fucking Philly or whoever it is. I remember when they hit this guy and Gudis or whoever it was did this. Mm-hmm. Then you get a little pissed every time you played that team. I remember when Wilson did this. I remember when he took out Sundquist. I remember thinking every time we played the Caps, I'm like, fuck him up. Because it pissed me off.
It's kind of like the Jamie Benn factor. It's like anytime you play the Stars, you hate Jamie Benn just because of...
Jamie Benn's he's so good. He is one of those that he plays on the edge. Yeah. A bit. I wouldn't put him in the category of Wilson.
No.
Or somebody like that. And I'm picking on Wilson a little, but I think he's pretty well earned it. There's other guys.
Yeah.
But... And the Blues have had questionable hits.
It's kind of funny that how like different teams have their targets. Like with the Blues, you have a history with Tom Wilson. I don't have the Avs don't really have.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't really care about Tom Wilson.
Yeah, every team's got their storyline in different rivals. Yeah. Like you hate Barbashev.
Yeah, I do.
You hate him.
Fuck that guy.
You hate Stone.
Stone. I don't really have a thing against Stone.
Okay. What about Eichel?
No, not really.
Okay. Just Barbashev.
Yeah.
He plays physical. Oh, man, I miss him. He was so good. When we had him and Blay, they were just like fucking...
You know what? Gerard's not even an Av anymore. I don't care anymore.
Damn.
Just kidding. No, I love
You
Gerard.
turned on him.
I love Gerard. The Avs traded him. He didn't want to go. But
To change topics off of player safety a little bit, can we talk about how wishy-washy the Blues are and how pumped I am? I'm for it, you know?
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
I was waiting for you. I was waiting for you to continue. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
I looked away and you were just staring at me.
It's a weird relationship with the Blues right now because I've said this before, but I feel like they are a toxic ex that will text you,
Yeah.
and then you just jump right back in. You're just you're right on board again, and
It's kind of the way they did it last year.
I'm like, we're 4 points out, baby. Let's go.
Except last year you were in a playoff spot.
Yeah.
And you were holding on to a playoff spot. This one's a little different. You kind of woke up a little too late. Like, not too late, a little later. Woke up just a little bit later.
It's kind of sad how easily I can just switch back to like I'm ready to be hurt again. Let's put it that way.
See, that pissed me off. That would piss me off. It's
you're like, where was this? We literally had Shen and Falk. Arguably, our team was a little better before. But it's weird. It's like when somebody steps out that plays such a big role, those two guys really did. Maybe a lot of the younger core takes more of the ownership.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, I'm the core now. I don't have the shield of Shen or Falk to help me. I need to take ownership, and like we need to start playing a different way.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to put it quite as extreme as what's going on with the Sabres, but they fired their GM. Mm-hmm. That's all it took. I think it was a GM that they fired. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden the team just started playing great. It's like,
why? Yeah.
Why? and
it shows you how much it's mental.
Yeah. It's always kind of been there with the Sabres, I think, but it's just never like really materialized. And they're a lot like the Avs. They're fast. They can play hard whenever it's required. But yeah, no, just one little shift, one little change like that. And like you said, with the Blues, like they might have even gotten slightly worse talent-wise. But for some reason they're playing a lot better. Who have they played?
Yeah.
Have there been any big big teams that they've been able to?
Let me pull up the Blues real quick.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of.
I just wanted to see exactly. Well, okay, so they just beat the Leafs, which doesn't say a lot.
Yeah, I think the Leafs have even kind of. I think they've won a handful of games recently.
No, they have. They've been on a good run, or a decent run rather.
Yeah. Yeah, they've won. They're 4-4-2 in their last 10. So not great, but I mean, I think they won a couple in a row at least.
So let's see. Sharks, Caps. They shut out the Caps. They beat
Canucks,
the
Flames.
sweet Canucks.
Okay, so
Flames, Jets, and then Hurricanes or Canes. It's been a mixed bag.
Look, but nonetheless, you're winning games. Like that's what matters.
That's it.
And what, they're 7-3-1 in their last 10? Is that right?
7-1-2.
7-1-2.
In their last 10.
Oh yeah, that would equal 11.
Yeah. Holy crap. We'll just start going off of.
Continue talking, please.
Yeah, no, you're good.
I'm not going to talk anymore today. Okay, so.
But you have younger talent now up. I mean, they're just letting these these young guys play and have a good bit of ice time. And I mean, for now at least, it's working. They're making mistakes, like you would imagine, but ultimately, it's culminated into something good, a net positive. Just having the young guys, that energy. Their transition game's been looking tremendous. They look fast. I haven't seen the Blues look fast all season. They're
Yeah.
looking fast. They're like one-touch passes up ice. They're feeding to the neutral zone. Their outlet passes look amazing.
Well,
And they're entering the zone with speed, and they're really utilizing Thomas and Kyrou like they used to.
yeah.
It's been a lot better.
Well, they got significantly younger too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
with every like they're having to play their younger players, and who was it? It was Snuggerud played a little bit on the top line for a little while. I think didn't somebody get hurt ways back in the season?
Yeah.
And he was playing pretty well on the top line, and then he got pushed back down because I don't remember exactly what it was, but it shifted back to where it was prior, and then
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
No, and so we've got Holloway. He's
Mhm.
young. He's been playing with Thomas, and they've been.
Vibing.
I don't know. Their chemistry has been insane.
That's good.
But yeah, like you said, I think the whole makeup of our team got a little younger
Mhm.
when all this happened.
So right now, I don't think anybody's catching the Mammoth. They're at 82 points. That's for the first wild card. So the second wild card would be
It's up for grabs.
would be Predators with
Let's
77
go.
points. The closest to them would be the Kings with 76 points. But the thing about the Kings, which is really funny, they have a negative 27 point differential, and they've only won 29 games in regulation on the season.
So they have a ton of
overtime losses. 16. No, 18.
Holy crap! Well, you think that's bad? Look at the diff on the Blues.
Yeah,
What's their-
36.
They had some. I mean, they had some dog days when
Mhm.
Hofer and Bennington were letting in 6 and 7 a game.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
so they're not really going to
That's inflated a little bit.
They're not going to rebound from that necessarily. I think that both wild card spots are going to go to the Central.
Yeah.
Unless the Kings can like literally backstep into the playoffs blindfolded. I don't see it. I don't see the Kraken doing it either. I think the Kraken have a better chance than the Kings do, even though the Kings are leading the Kraken. But so the Predators with 77, I think it's either going to be the Jets or the Blues.
You don't think the Preds get in?
I don't think so. No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Crap.
No. I think
What's their last 10 look like?
5-3-2.
So not bad.
Oh, sorry.
Not bad.
6-3-1. And then
That's not bad.
the Jets are 5-3-2. The Blues are 7-1-2. So the Blues are a little hotter.
And
but the Jets
what's tough is if they keep that clip, the Blues might not catch them.
I think the Blues have a harder schedule coming up too, though. I know they play the Avs twice.
Avs?
Yeah.
Okay, well, this will be good. A little bit of practice before the first round.
The Jets just beat the Avs. The Jets just split 1-1 with the Avs.
The Avs have been kind of...
I think
they've cooled off.
I think
for a while, and it's hard to say that when they've already got
they've had a ton of injuries.
Points.
They're healthy now. Like everybody's back.
Everybody's testicles are in order. They've got the operations they needed. We weren't sure if half the guys, never mind.
Yeah. Do you know what happened? Do you know how he got hurt?
You were telling me that he took a slapper.
Yeah, he did.
Right to the nut.
Yeah, he was right in front of the net looking for a tip in, and Kale did Kale things and took him out again. Kale McCarr,
it's a bold strategy to block with a nut. Shin pads might be a better option.
Yeah. He showed his cup.
Was it shattered?
It was like indented. It was...
Holy crap. I didn't know this. Just
like
a flash to the past here. There was a game when Parenko shoots very hard as well.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't always blast it, but he can shoot 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
In the game against Dallas when they had Ben Bishop's like 6'8", massive dude. Parenko, I don't know if he was trying to, hit him in the head or if he was just shooting it and was hoping, it went in or something. Chaos ensued. but he hit Bishop in the face mask
Oh.
and broke several of his teeth. Like, just rattled him. He left that game and didn't come back. I mean, he had all the protection, but it still just rattled him.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, holy crap. There was a play, last one we can get on here.
No, you're good.
There was a play when Chris Pronger took a slap shot, blocked a slap shot, hit him in the chest. Famous play where they had to come out on the ice and revive him.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
That is.
Yeah, no, that's a running joke. So I listen to like some football podcasts too, and I listen to like some other sports podcasts, and it's like a running joke for the NHL is that like it's a sport where people will die, be resuscitated on the ice, and go back
and just keep going,
and then and continue playing in the game.
Right.
And it's the, I mean, that's like, I think that's the most iconic moment for the Blues. I think that is the best moment that the Blues have had, even greater than the Stanley Cup. That's just so cool. I do.
Holy crap.
I do. It's iconic, man.
Can you imagine, though, how scary that'd be if McCarr blocks a shot and he just drops to the ice and he's not moving? Like,
I'd be done for. Yeah.
We need you on the PK. Get your ass up.
It's probably true.
You know?
That's probably true. We do need Kale.
Yeah.
We can't lose Kale.
And he doesn't usually get injured either.
No.
Which is pretty insane.
I mean,
he's pretty durable.
He is. And he can hit too.
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Just looking at him.
He's a lanky.
So non-assuming.
Yeah.
And he's so durable.
His reverse check is actually pretty gnarly. I think it's just his ability to, I think it all goes down to his skating. Like he can move around on skates better than almost anybody. So whenever somebody else is coming in for a check, they just don't realize that he can maneuver himself into a position where he can.
He's probably got the angle on him.
Yeah.
You know, he's probably tremendously strong lower body wise.
Yeah.
All the hockey guys are, but
like the gears are turning. Like you see like the math equations like going up around his head whenever he's thinking about like the angle he needs to take.
Makes a difference, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like I
don't know if he has the brute strength, just like head-on-head collision, but like you said, with his ability, and he's strong,
and hockey IQ, and everything.
He's very elusive. It's hard to line up. It's one of those guys.
And do you think that
he doesn't go looking for trouble all the time? But if it's there, he takes it. If it's not, he doesn't worry about it.
Do you think other teams will consider the fact that he's Cale Makar too before hitting him? Like, do you think players kind of keep that in mind that if I
hit him, I'm not going to be able to get an autograph later?
Yeah. Like, because it's not like the Matthews effect. Like, if you hurt Cale with a bad hit, or you hurt McKinnon, you hurt anybody on the team, on the Avs team with a bad aggressive hit, the rest of the team is going to swarm. And you just heard injure an Avalanche player.
Yes.
That's all you heard.
Good.
I didn't even listen.
Let the hate flow through you.
It's flowing through you.
Well, payback for Bennington back in the day. Like every pod, stupid Bennington thing. We were at that damn game.
We were.
Son of a bitch.
It looked bad at the time. It wasn't.
It wasn't bad. It just took him out of the game. We lost. We had Husso in, and he let a hat trick in to fucking Kadri that, you know.
That was a moment.
And then, to be fair, Bennington did
try
to viciously assault him later with a Dasani. So, and that was the talk of the media for like a week.
It was.
Bennington threw a bottle at him.
There were memes.
Holy crap. So stupid.
Okay, so you do realize it's not the aggression that the talking point was. It was that Bennington
his character
is such a baby.
He's kind of like Fleury. I was literally watching a play of Fleury's.
Yeah, that's true. Man, that fight.
I
That
forget.
fight should have happened.
Yeah, it should have. But there was a play where somebody on the opposing team lost their stick, and he's coming over to get it, and Fleury takes it and throws it into the crowd and gives it to a fan.
Uh-huh.
And then the fans got it, and the guy comes by, and he's like, and he's funny.
Man, we got robbed from that
He's
fight.
funny. That would have been sweet.
That would have been a good
Yeah,
fight.
like I would. You wanted to see Bennington get whooped. He used to like to people. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
They would skate by and he would like, like in middle school when you do like two for flinching.
Players would just kind of
That's
look.
so
They would just look at him like, "What the hell is your deal?"
And he hit the OV goal, had it in his pants. God, that's good.
Okay.
Anyway.
So to wrap up with the Avs, and since we're talking about goalies, I just wanted to throw in a question that I've been curious about. Blackwood's obviously Blackwood's the starting goaltender for the Avalanche. That's been his role all season. But with Scott Wedgwood playing like so well, and Blackwood has spent a little bit of the season injured, so Wedgwood has had like a decent look. He doesn't necessarily have like the elite volume that some of like the great goalies have, like the Vasilevskis, the Hellebucks, the Sorokins. But he's only one of 3 goalies with 10 games with 1 or less goals. The other 2 are Vasilevsky and Sorokin. I think Sorokin's favorite for the Vezina. And I'm not saying Wedgwood should win the Vezina, but I think that if he had more volume, maybe, because he's leading the league in save percentage. He's leading the league in goal against average.
Mm-hmm.
I get he has.
Is this in the last 10 games?
No, this is for the season.
Oh, just so how many total starts does he have?
I think like I can pull it up exactly. I think it's like low 30s.
Okay.
So he started a little over.
That's
like
a decent amount.
Right around half the season. Yeah, maybe high 30, maybe like 39.
So is that just because of the injury?
Yeah,
been starting so much.
Yeah, he's been playing so good.
So it's a conundrum.
Yeah,
a good conundrum.
So the question was, who
do
do you start in net in the playoffs?
I would say if Wedgwood is hot, you stick with him.
But like the troubling thing here is whenever Blackwood's in, he's not playing poorly. Mm-hmm. He's playing very well. Mm-hmm. He's just slightly less. And I think both are playing well enough to be a starting goalie through the playoffs. So
I think both of them could probably stop the like 15 shots they'd probably face against the Preds or whoever it might be for the first round, but they don't give up a lot.
They really don't.
That's the point, but
and that's a thing. That's another thing to it. It's like, does it really matter who you put in at this point? Because like whenever you're playing teams like the Avs or even the Hurricanes, I think those are the 2 biggest examples of teams that play this way. Mm-hmm. It's just outshoot your problems. And because like the Hurricanes don't have great goaltending. Like Anderson's fine, but he's not elite.
I think the stat I would be most curious to look at is the Avs' time of possession per game compared to their opponents.
Okay, I can get that point.
And I think that might... I'm thinking it's pretty skewed. And that's probably what helps the goaltenders so much as well. I mean, the Avs have the puck most of the game.
I don't think NHL.com shares that. Gotcha. I wish they did.
Yeah. Or even time on attack. Do they have time on attack listed? No. But And the Avs have the chemistry. They have the skill to play keep away. I mean, when they're in the offensive zone, they cycle it. They throw it back to the D. They're always, shifty and making creative plays too. So they're hard to pin down and get the puck from.
Yeah, and
they play it to spots. I've noticed that they'll play it to parts of the ice where they know that they are going to have players going to. They play a very skilled-based game.
right. So their shots per game are 33.64, and then their save attempts per game are 26.15. So they're out shooting their opponents by seven shots per game, which doesn't seem like a ton, but I feel like that's a lot, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you have to account for games that it is a little bit more balanced, and I mean, the Avs have kind of
And
been,
are they getting quality shots?
Yeah.
Is the other team,
Right.
they finally get into the zone. They come in on the rush, but they're pushed to the outside.
Yeah.
They shoot one from outside the dots. And then,
I also feel like for a lot of the season, maybe not as much lately, the Avs have played with significant leads, and you don't shoot as much when you're playing with a lead like that, so other teams can kind of rack up a few more shots.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know who's going to start in net. I think it's going to be Wedgwood, just because, I mean, being number one in the league in the two major categories with goaltending.
Yeah.
But do they rotate? Is there a world where you can rotate two goalies through the playoffs?
Sure.
It doesn't happen, but it'd be interesting.
It might be better. You give the guy a rest. You can fully, rely on this other guy to come in.
Yeah.
And then he gets the rest. They're both sharp, and they both feel involved in the playoffs.
Right.
That might be good.
It'd be a hell of a chemistry. The locker room would be buzzing.
And I wonder if mentally that'd be a good thing too, because I would imagine when you're going into the playoffs and you're a goaltender, you want to play, and they're going to this other guy, and you feel like you just kind of been shelved.
Yeah.
You're trying to be a team player, but
Right.
you're kind of been shelved. And then let's say something happens and you got to go in. Well, maybe your confidence isn't as high.
You're the second choice.
You're the second choice. So maybe it'd be nice to have a tandem.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's going to be very interesting. I'm excited for it, though. Do we want to take a quick break, and then we can get into the final?
Come back and finish up here.
Yeah.
And we're back. We're going to end this episode with a few questions regarding the playoffs. And as we get closer and closer to this year's playoffs, we're going to take a deeper look at each team. This week, we're going to look at the Central Division in particular. I'm going to ask Tyler a few questions to end the pod. And we ask that if you could listen and give us your feedback as well. And we'll just keep this a recurring segment until the playoffs start. So, with that being said, let's start with the Central, the top teams here. We're gonna play this as it sits. So, the playoff teams right now in the Central. Who is your favorite player from each team? Going down the list from the mighty Avs down to the
lowly Predators.
The lowly Preds.
So this is my favorite player of each team.
Favorite, and let's say most impactful, that you anticipate being the most impactful going into the playoffs.
So should I start from the top or the bottom? What do you think?
Let's go top.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think you hit the nail on the head, probably Landeskog. He pre-wrote out the names just as an example, but I think Landeskog is definitely the one that I'm most excited for. He's been out the last few years, and having the captain back and being on the top line is insane to me for Landeskog. and I'm really excited to see what he can bring to the dynamic of the Avalanche. For the Wild would be the next. The obvious one would be Quinn Hughes. But I think
We
actually,
gotta see what he's up to.
yeah,
He hasn't even sniffed at the playoffs in a while.
Yeah, I think he's my curiosity.
Yeah.
I think Kaprizov is who I'm most excited to see.
You think Kaprizov will be the most impactful, but you're curious, like Hughes being on a playoff contending team like the Wild.
Yeah,
what can he do? He's a gamer.
Yeah,
The Hughes bros are gamers, so he
Yeah.
might bring a lot too.
I think so. I guess Dallas would be next. That's a tough one for me.
Yeah.
They have like a bunch of ex-Avs and Ben. I guess Rantanen. Yeah.
Yeah, Robertson.
Ooh, yeah, Robertson. No. I think Rantanen's coming back from his injury. I think it's going to be interesting seeing what they did. They just smoked the I don't remember who they played. They came back. They put 6 on somebody, I can't remember who it was now. But yeah, probably Rantanen.
Yeah.
And then the Mammoth with I can't believe they might make the playoffs. That's insane to me. Cooley, he hasn't played a whole lot since his injury.
Yeah.
He was their stud at the beginning of the year. And then was it the Blues that took him out?
I think he got taken out the game after, something like that.
Oh.
Probably had nothing to do with the Blues, but yeah, I agree. Cooley will be. You'd like to see how the young guy will fare.
Yeah, I don't really think
It's a different game. It's a whole new. Some guys will surprise you. Like you would think about somebody like Bedard, and you think playoffs, he might come to life. Now, that's not really the case right now, but
yeah, I don't know. You kind of need to get one under your belt. I don't really know of too many examples where like a really young team
made a deep run. Right.
I can't really think of anything. Like the Blues were pretty close to that. Like Bennington was a rookie, but I mean he was still 6 years in the league. I think probably, right? I mean
Bennington
rookie goalies
was a rookie goaltender, but he was mid-late 20s.
Yeah,
and we won't get into all that.
No, sorry.
Yeah, they had some veterans too.
Yeah.
They definitely had some veterans.
But no, I think Cooley would be a lot of fun to watch. Moving on to the final team that right now is coming out of the Central, the Predators, which are very fascinating to me.
Yeah,
because they have a ton of playoff experience with the players on that roster.
Yeah,
and I mean Forsberg has been playing great. O'Reilly, Stamkos
puts he puts it on the Blues.
Yeah.
They look tough. Stamkos looks like he's another guy like of that era of like Malkin and Crosby, and some of these older guys are just making a resurgence, like Landeskog, They're just reinventing their game, and they're playing really well this year.
Yeah.
But
I think my favorite player on the Preds, one that I always like to watch, is Philip Forsberg. I don't think anybody can dislike Forsberg. Even if I don't necessarily care for the Predators, obviously, I love Philip Forsberg.
Yeah,
that mustache, man,
it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sick.
That mouth sweater, woo,
Mm-mm-mm.
sick mouth sweater.
Yep, that's fair. Okay, so moving on. Is it too little, too late for the Blues? Did they find their game just too late?
I think so.
You don't think they have a chance in hell?
You asked the question.
You son of a bitch.
You set me up.
How dare you?
I come over to your house
and insult the Blues like this.
And you attack me.
Right next to my Pierre Turgeon, he knocked over on the floor my rookie card. Anyway,
No, I don't think so.
that's fair.
I don't know what it is though about the strength of schedule for the Blues is pretty tough coming up. Like I said earlier, they play the Avs twice, but for some reason, just like last season, the Blues beat the Avs, I think, like 3 games in a row to end the season. It was something ridiculous like that. I could see them doing it again.
The Avs smoked the Blues last time they played them.
They did.
Do you remember that? It was like 5 goals in the first period.
They did.
But
the Avs
they were playing really poorly,
Yeah.
and the Avs were on their real. I mean, they were on a heater.
Yeah.
During that time.
And
too.
the Avs are kind of just cruising along right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. I'm going to say no just based off of the odds.
So no.
But
Okay.
yeah, anyway.
Finally, your least favorite team that might make a run in this year's playoffs. We just talked about the Preds.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
Yeah, that's
But you
true.
were thinking,
So my least favorite team that's in the playoffs is probably the Knights, Vegas, but I don't think they're going to make a run. So my least favorite team that is set to go all the way is the Stars.
Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just something about the Stars, man. It's just when the Avs lose to the Stars,
It hurts.
it hurts so bad.
When Rantanen gets it. That'd be hard to recreate, though.
A natural Hattie,
That was...
Game 7, natural
You could hardly
Hattie
even script something more
in the third period.
emotionally devastating for the Avs fans than Rantanen. A fan favorite. Getting a natural hat trick and beating him. That one's tough. But
I'm getting a little watery here.
come back, Rantanen.
I
We made a mistake.
don't think we did though.
Yes, you did. It worked out fine. It worked out okay. You guys did lose the playoffs at the hands of Rantanen, but at least you have a player that's similar. You exchanged him for another player that's similar,
Really good.
and you got beat. So you could have had him, won in the playoffs, probably won another cup, whatever. But who cares about the cup that much when you got Nietzsche's?
I like Natchez. He's good.
He is good.
He's really good.
But
Anyway,
okay. Let us know what you think, everybody. And thanks for watching. Give us your feedback, and we'll start gearing up towards the playoffs. Obviously, some of this stuff could switch over the next couple weeks as the season comes to an end. But I'm excited to see where the Blues go. I'm having fun with it. And, yeah, join us next week.